So I got some queries from some of you wanting to know that if they give up animal protein, will the acidic load on the body not happen? As in one of my last videos, I mentioned that animal protein creates a lot of acidic load on the body, and acidic load is the foundation from where the disease actually starts to happen. Most of the diseases, like a disease may not happen in a day, but 15 or 20 years before what starts to go on inside the body, so that after 15 or 20 years it converts into a disease. So this concept is about your body getting really acidic at the base level before it culminates into a disease years later. Yes, the very first thing that you need to know is that animal protein does cause a lot of acidic load on the body, and though it is a very good source of protein, but along with protein it also makes our body really highly acidic. But that's not the end of the story. It's just one aspect of understanding how your body may get really acidic. So how you should be looking at the big picture is like this. So you need to understand that the concept of blood pH or alkaline body state is the concept of creating an ideal working environment inside the body. So this 80% alkalinity and 20% acidic environment in the body ensures that all the organ systems inside the body function really right, without any hindrances, without any blockages, and this whole system, when works together, is where we are healthy. So that means our entire effort for whatever we do should be to maintain 80% alkalinity inside the body and 20% acidity, which is acidic conditions, which is also important because there are some parts of the body where you need some acid to kind of work on specific functions in the body, like digestion. You need strong acid to be able to digest and process your foods, but that acidic load should not be spread out all across the body. So which means it's not only the animal protein that we need to look at it when it comes to acidic body load. We also need to look at the body in its complete totality and to see what all sources could be forming acidic load in the body, and kind of reversing those conditions, making sure that if you are living a way of life that is more acidic, you start to live a way of life that is more alkaline for you. So that's where it is important to understand what is it that causes acidic load on the body. So yes, foods are one of the major sources which cause acidic load, and it's not just animal protein. Yes, animal protein is one of the major contributors for acidic load on the body, but other than that, high sugary foods, processed foods, refined foods, eating stale foods, not eating at the right time, or overeating, all of these factors create a lot of acidic load in the body. And it's not just about the foods, it's also about poor digestion. If your digestion is poor and if you're consuming even the best kind of foods, then at the processing level, the things may not process right, which ultimately also creates certain toxins in the body. So this is from the foods perspective, but other than that, what else is it that causes acidic load is a sedentary lifestyle. So we really actually need to see what are the areas from where the body eliminates toxins. So it's through our kidneys, it's through our colon, it's through our skin, and it's through our breathing. So if any of these 4 channels is blocked, you are holding a lot of acidic load in the body, which means if you're constipated, then your body may be highly acidic. If your water intake is less and if you're not eliminating enough liquids to be able to flush out the other toxins, then you're holding a lot of acidic load. If you are not sweating out, then the toxins which are supposed to come out, which are under the surface of the skin, do not get an outlet. That's where you're holding the acidic load. And if you are not breathing well, if your lung capacity is not good, if your breathing is shallow, or if you're not breathing fully and holding a lot of carbon dioxide, then also you are holding a lot of acidic load on the body. And when it comes to actually measuring how acidic or alkaline you are, it is not just one factor, which is the animal protein. We need to, again, as I mentioned, we need to see the body and all the factors which cause the acidic load in its totality, which means if you are plant-based person but you are not exercising, or you are not sweating out, or your lung functioning is not good, then the net effect is going to be more acid in the body. Or maybe if you are consuming a lot of animal protein and you are exercising, you are sweating out, but your animal protein intake is way higher than exercising that you're doing, then also you're holding a lot of acidic load on the body. Or let's assume that you're exercising also, you're consuming good plant-based diet also, but you're constipated and your water intake is not good, then again the net effect is going to be acidic load on the body. So you have to actually see everything in its totality to be able to figure out whether or not you're living in alkaline or an acidic way of life. And lastly, the most underestimated factor, let's assume that all is good with you, you are consuming good water, you are consuming good diet, you are exercising, you're sweating out, you're not constipated at all. Still, if your thoughts are negative, if you are more of a negative kind of a person, that is one of the major contributors to make your body acidic, because the way emotions have the power to change how our body functions, to alter our digestion, to alter our breathing capacity. So what it does is it's those emotions will create certain conditions in the body where the digestion will not be as efficient as it should be, or the breathing capacity will go shallow automatically. And as I said, it's about how the organs work in tandem together along with what goes on inside the body, along with the foods that you consume. It's the synergy between these two areas which decides whether or not you are acidic or alkaline. So yes, when it comes to figuring out the acidic load on the body, some of the foods that you really need to keep in mind are the high sugary, refined, processed kinds of foods, and animal proteins, and also dairy are from the food category, are very highly acidifying. But apart from that, it's other areas also coming together when it's about actually in totality figuring out whether or not you are on more on the acidic side or on the alkaline side.